Ladies, if you're interested, how do you show it?
Story 1.
I'm really beeping awkward when I'm interested in somebody and then proceed to avoid them to prevent being awkward. It's super productive. Drop a handkerchief. Inflate your brightly colored neck sack. In all seriousness, I do avoid eye contact if I'm into someone. If I'm acting uncomfortable around a guy. If I'm blushing. If I'm stuttering. If I sound a little breathy because inside I'm beeping hyperventilating. If I stare fixedly at his neck, shoulder, or a point right beyond his ear, rather than his eyes. Odds are I'm into him. As Opie said, not too productive. For some reason, guys tend to think you're not that into them when you act super uncomfortable around them. It works wonders. They never catch on to the embarrassing fact that I have a crush on them, so I'm never rejected outright. Same. Super awkward. I walked into a bar in the new town I live in, saw this guy, stared at him. When he noticed me, he tried to have a conversation with me, and all I did was smile and stare. We've been dating 2.5 years. I think a woman at my job has a crush on me because she's like this. Not anyone else, just me. Whenever we talk, she gets super shy and awkward. Then on New Year's Eve, she blew me a kiss through the front door while she was getting her mail. I assumed she was drunk. After that, back to being awkward. Oh, well, guess I'll never know.
Story 2.
A guy and I were flirting. I accidentally spilled water on him while watching a movie at his house. Just the two of us. He joked he had to retaliate. I said sure. He spilled a small amount of water on my shirt, so I said, "Oh no, guess I gotta take this off." Took it off, and he gave me a sweatshirt. "Good sir, I was showing you something to play with." We hooked up a few weeks later, but he felt dumb for missing that hint. The forehead slap heard around the world. I can look back on this now, but when I was in my early 20s, I worked at a mobile phone store. We had a promotional event on for a week and had hired a female model to hand out leaflets, etc. We spoke a fair bit over the course of the week. And toward the end of it, she announced she had bought a new bra she really liked and wanted my opinion. So she lifted her top up, and I agreed it was very pretty. She told me how nice it felt too, and guided my hands on her chest so I too could feel how wonderful the material was. I told her it was indeed really nice feeling, and agreed that she must feel particularly comfortable wearing it. I then went and made a cup of tea. And it was probably only after about 15 years or so I figured out how dumb my beep had been. I feel you. I remember a few years back, I was hanging out with a couple of my guys, and we ran into a group of girls we knew. I had a feeling one of them was into me, but my head was so far in the clouds, I wasn't catching her hints. We were at a spot that had a store similar to Frederick's or Victoria's Secret, and they asked us to walk with them to that store. We followed, and the girls started going through the clothing. The one girl who was into me picked up a bra and panties, walked straight over to me, and said, "How do you like these?" I said, "Oh, those are cool." Then she asked, "Do you think they would look good on me?" And in my ultimate dummy moment, I said, "Sure," turned around, and walked off to Wetzel's Pretzels for a lemonade. From that day forward, she never spoke to me again. LOL. See, the problem with this, and with many of the other hints people have mentioned in this thread, is that for the guy in this kind of situation, the cost of being mistaken is so high that the safer bet is always to miss or ignore the hint. Guys need really, really obvious signals, because no one wants to end up in a beep harassment case if they happen to have misread something. My wife, before we were even in the flirting stage, used to leave her bedroom door open hoping I would come in. I often slept over her dorm in college. Her roommate was my friend's girlfriend. I didn't know about it until she told me when we started dating. Mind you, at this point we had never even spoken to each other one-on-one. She seriously expected me to just risk a charge like that over the vaguest hint in the world.
If you enjoy our channel, we'd love to invite you to become a member. Joining is easy. Just click the join button on our channel homepage or beneath any of our videos. Your support means the world to us, and as a member, you'll gain access to exclusive perks and content. Thank you for being part of our community. We look forward to welcoming you as a member soon.
Story 3.
A work colleague once let me know she was interested by showing me her beeps. I took the hint. Edit 1. It was in the UK, in a small office out of town. She was about 15 years older than me, and I had commented earlier in the day on how nice her dress looked. She said it's not a dress, it's a matching skirt and top, but it has spaghetti straps, so I don't wear a bra under it. When a woman says that my stomach does cartwheels. The aforementioned beep display then took place. Many moons ago, I was working in a kitchen. One of the bimbo waitresses had recently pierced her beeps. When we were standing in one of the back rooms, she unexpectedly flashed me. They were quite nice, and I was flattered she showed me, only to find out just about every other dude in that kitchen also seen her new piercings that day. Suddenly, it didn't seem as hot. I have never once given subtle hints. If I am interested, I'm going to ask you out and tell you that I like you. I don't do dating games. Mind you, lots of dudes find that kind of aggressiveness off-putting. But the guys that like it are the ones I'm looking for. I can't be with someone that's weirded out by my personality. LOL. I wish more women were like this. Literally every guy on here seems to want girls to just be blunt or honest when they're into them. I don't know where the guys who find it off-putting are, but somehow they've steered clear of Reddit. I mean, I think we're all focusing on positive scenarios. Sure, it'd be awesome if attractive women were doing that, but most of the times women have been that direct with me. They were not ones I found attractive. So, it was awkward. The one time I was indeed attracted, it went very well, but I think we all would do well to remember that there are a lot of women out there we do not want to be approached by.
Story 4.
Avoid eye contact. Blush profusely when they are around. Pretend I have no idea they are near me. Giggle at stupid stuff. Repeat myself. Someone else is required to repeat themselves. Basically, I'm a royal hot mess. I'm a grown woman, yet I'm reduced to rubble if I'm interested in you. Please have mercy on me if this happens to be you. If a woman did this, I'd probably think they were scared of me. A coworker acted like this, so I gave her extra space if we had to work near each other, so she'd be less uncomfortable. She thought it meant I was pushing her away and didn't want to interact with her.
Story 5.
LOL. Reading the answers. We are so beeped. Not my problem. I am too old and too married. Same. I remember meeting my wife in a bar. We were having a great chat, and I had to visit the little boys' rooms. As I came back, my good mate grabbed me because he needed me to tell a pretty funny story. My now wife comes up to me after and was like, I don't know if you remember, we were talking before you had to use the loo. Can we keep chatting? Been together 12 years now, married for 4. I was so swept up in my yarn, I did actually forget I was talking to her.